Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. I am very early this morning because I am drafting and I'm eager to get back to work on that. I wasn't planning to write a book this month, but because of some things going on with some of my editing clients and needing a little more time, I actually am squeezing in a book this month. So I'm not doing Nano officially, but I am going to be writing a book. So yeah, I started it yesterday, got 12,000 words in, and I'm excited to keep going this morning. So I'm doing this video very early because of that. I have a book to recommend for you today. It's actually in the Hannah Swenson mystery series by Joanna Fluke, and it's Raspberry Danish Murder. I was really excited because I have Amazon Prime, and if you have Amazon Prime, you know that you can borrow 10 books at a time and then you return them when you're done. So it's kind of like an online library. And this was one of them. So I was really excited because I love reading this series, and I hadn't read this one yet. I don't read them in order, but yeah. So anyway, in this book, it's probably my favorite book in the series because, and I mentioned this in a previous video, because this is, I guess they call it a culinary cozy, Hannah's a baker. It goes into a lot of her baking and all of that, and there's tons of recipes, and that's awesome. And there's like so much with Hannah's sister and backstory there, and that's great. But sometimes I feel like they take a little while to get into the actual mystery and the murder part, and this one did not. This one, it was like, bam, there's your murder, and there's not just one mystery, there's two. So seriously, this was like my favorite book in the series for that reason, because right from the very start, it just hooks you and it doesn't let you go. I was reading 3 books at once, and this one just took over because I had to know what was going to happen, and it was really exciting to see 2 mysteries unfold at the same time. So basically, here's what's going on. In the previous book, it did leave off on a cliffhanger. I'm not going to tell you what the cliffhanger is, but this one picks up with that, but there's also a different mystery going on at the same time. So in the beginning of this, Hannah and Michelle's friend PK, who worked with Hannah's husband Ross, calls up Michelle, and they can tell that there's something wrong with him. They think he's drunk. He's not. And he winds up getting into a car accident while he's on the phone with them. And, they, of course, alert the police, and they go to the scene, and PK ends up dying. So the murder happens like immediately. And yes, I said murder. It's not the car accident that actually killed him. There's a lot more to it. He was actually poisoned. And what Hannah discovers along with her police friend Mike is that this murder might be connected to the fact that Ross is missing. So she's kind of convinced that he was poisoned by these candies, and she thinks they were meant for her husband. So basically, Mike is treating this as like a double homicide, and he's trying to solve whoever killed PK and potentially meant to kill Ross. So they don't know if PK died by accident, and it was meant for Ross, or if it was meant to kill them both. So they're investigating both of these things at the same time, and it's kind of interesting because they don't know where Ross is, but they're kind of operating under the fact that he's dead. So yeah, because in order for Mike to kind of follow up on this, he has to treat it as if it's a murder. So yeah, it was really interesting because not only are we learning about PK and his history and his ex-girlfriend and all of this stuff about him that they weren't aware of, but they're also finding out all this stuff about Ross. And like I said, it took you from page 1 and just didn't let you go until the end. And then there is a twist at the end as well. It's not a cliffhanger, the ending, it's not. They kind of wrap it up, but it is a twist, and it wasn't one I saw coming. I'm kind of happy about it, though. I'm sure some readers aren't going to be happy, but I was, so yeah. But yeah, it was a great book, definitely worth your time. I have to return it to Prime Library because I am done with it. And there's actually another book in Prime right now that I'm going to be reading next in the same series, and I'll see if I can pick this up here for you. I always have trouble with my Kindle getting to covers on books for some reason. It hates to go to the covers on my Kindle. I think it's this Kindle in particular. But yeah, I downloaded this one from Prime as well, Christmas Cake Murder. So that's the next book in this series that I'll be reading. I am reading others as well. Before I go, I just want to say thank you because yesterday was the release of Good Visions Make Good Cases, and it's not really new. The collection is new, but the 3 novellas that are in this book are not new. It's a site for psychic eyes. You can't judge a crime by its aura, and it's beginning to look a lot like murder. So those came out in paperback yesterday, and also as an ebook collection. So thank you to everybody who downloaded. That was a pleasant surprise to see those sales yesterday. So yeah, that's what I have for you today. I will see you back here on Friday for another fun fact, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, guys.